Okay.
Hello. Hi. Welcome anyone that's watching tonight. If you watched the last one 2 weeks ago with Ben, and I'm delighted to say that Ben Palmer's back with us again tonight. And yeah, the feedback from the last talk we did was so lovely. Um, are we living in love or are we living in fear? And Ben is definitely living in love, and that's his whole message. It's daily. There's posts from Ben about loving yourself. About love. I love you unconditionally. You are love. Really simple messages, but it's a nice little reminder throughout the day when you just see them and you think, oh, because it just brings you back to self, doesn't it? So welcome, Ben. Thank you for joining me again for a talk.
Oh, it's an honor. Thank you so much, Jackie, and thank you for the light and love that you're sharing. It's appreciated and felt. So thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, we were going to talk more today about self-love more than anything else, and how important that is and how easy it can be, but how not everyone feels that. A perfect example recently, a very good friend of mine was criticizing her body on Facebook about something, and I just gently said, if it's been so good to you up till now, um, and so it's calling for your attention, and if you could send love to it and healing thoughts, and I'll send healing thoughts, like it does make a difference, I think, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the foundation of higher self-embodiment and making it through the ascension. There's only two energies in all of creation, love and the unknown. And the unknown is the present moment of now. So we volunteered, I love that word, we volunteered to come down to the densest planet in all of creation vibrationally to forget everything. So how does one embody their higher self? I haven't done it, so I don't know. This is theoretical, but it's self-love, self-care, and self-nurturing. And it is choosing love in all moments. And only the best, the most experienced souls volunteered to come down out of all the other godzillions of souls and forget everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the heart is the portal to 5D and beyond. So this is the foundation, the most important thing, which is loving self and all selves. We spoke about this. I can't say I love you if I'm not loving myself, and I'm still in the program, so it's conditional. But that's what we signed up for. Is to love ourselves unconditionally and everybody. That's how we co-create a world where only love exists, and that's the mission that we're all part of. No hierarchy in this mission. We're all co-creating it together, and we're all leaders of the new earth. And love's simple. The ego, the program mind, loves to complicate, but it is simple. And I do listen to the stuff in moments, and is it that? Yes, it is that simple. It's just that we love to make it complicated.
What did you just say just then? I'm still in the program, so it is conditional. Did you say that?
I did. I did. I mean, I
So,
say this with. Oh, sorry, Jackie.
yeah, can you just explain that?
So, well, I know we discussed off air about just freely speaking about this. There's one infographic that I'll share, and I'll add it to the Facebook page. So I feel it's a good foundation to discuss. I mean, I can share it with you now if you want to pull it
Yes.
up. Okay, let me. Where should I
Uh,
send it? Should I
no,
send it on?
I'll make you a co-host and you can share it from your. Is that
Okay,
okay?
sure.
Um, so I'm just saying, oh, participants, that's it. So if I just go to that, Ben, make co-host. Lovely. And then you'll be able to share whatever you want.
Okay, shall I put it in the box or how does?
So if you press share screen, if
Okay,
you've got it open, whatever it is you want to share, when you press share screen, it should you can click on it and it will share.
okay, perfect. Right, let me put that.
So this is, because I actually wanted to open that one that I looked at earlier and mentioned to you actually, so I'll get that open ready if we have the opportunity to share that picture.
Okay, perfect.
Thought it was so appropriate to what you talk about.
Okay. So message above messenger. The only half of the puzzle that I have currently is I don't know anything. So this is take what resonates. And this isn't about followers. This is about everybody taking that their God-given sovereignty and power. This is what this journey is. So just wanted to, we can discuss this. What the third dimension is, what the fourth dimension is, and what the fifth dimension is. So the third dimension is what humanity are in. And everything is energy. That's the foundation with all of creation. Everything is energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed. And there's only two energies in all of creation, love and the unknowable. And the unknowable is the present moment of now, where all possibilities exist. So the third dimension, and again, I don't know the exact percentile, and it doesn't really matter, it's not a lot, but we can perceive around 3% of the electromagnetic spectrum. So the third dimension is unconsciousness. It's ignorance, it's density, it's illusion, it's fear, pain, and suffering. It's separateness. It's belief systems, program belief systems, it's lower thoughts. And the root cause of humanity's dysfunction is programming. And that's what makes up the ego program mind. It's just lower energy. And that's what keeps us trapped in the illusion. It's not reality. If you flipped everything in true reality, that's what the third dimension is. So 3% of the electromagnetic spectrum, 10 to 20% brain usage. It's what about the other 97% that we can't see?
Yes.
So that's the third dimension. So by divine contract, we all volunteered to come down into amnesia and forget everything and think the external is all real. So that's the third dimension. One has a catalyst with whatever that looks like. It can be physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually for an awakening. And it's not like anybody says when this happens, this is what's going on, and here's how to navigate this process. So there's some kind of catalyst. The fourth dimension was called the astral realm, and it was turned off in 2009. That's where all the dark entities would come and go. So the fourth dimension is the void space. It's constrained by time, but not by space. And that's the path that we're walking. So this is an energetic journey of transforming all lower thoughts and emotions, which keep us trapped in unconsciousness. So the fourth dimension is the bridge, the void between unconsciousness to full consciousness, from the third dimension to the fifth dimension and beyond. And this is, we're all masters of energy. This is what we're remembering. We're all pure love. This is what we're remembering. So when I said about I'm still in the program, I haven't embodied. I'm not in the fifth dimension and beyond. We're walking the path at the moment of transmuting lower thoughts and emotions, which aren't real, and dissolving those to be in the present moment of now. So the fifth dimension is full consciousness. It's full brain usage. Again, I don't know what that feels like, but 100% brain usage. It's returning to unity consciousness. Energy can't be created or destroyed. There's only love. That's it. I mean, we are the current Bible and living the story. This is the biggest event in over 19 billion years. Earth equals heart is the last planet to go through the ascension. And this is a physical ascension. So we're not going anywhere. It's a way of being. So we're returning to being in the present moment of now. No programmings, no traumas, no woundings. We've healed all the bodies physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. We're present. And that's where the magic is. That's where the synchronistic events are. So the fifth dimension is love everywhere present. It's heaven consciousness. It's unity consciousness. It's pure thought. It's joy. I don't know what that feels like, Jackie, to give somebody an unconditional hug. That's what we're moving into, to embody pure love.
I
So this
look
is a
forward
process of
to it.
deprogramming, and we're remembering. Me too.
Yes. I mean, this just sounds really wonderful. And I don't know if you know Diana Cooper's work. She's written so many books, but for years, I mean, I went to see her over 30 years ago, and she was talking about 2032 will be the golden age, the age of the fifth dimension, really, of living in community, of looking after each other, of living in love. Do you think we're on course for that, or are you not putting a time on it?
I have no idea. The future, so the past is in the past, it doesn't exist. And the
Yes.
future's in the future, it doesn't exist. I have no idea. I'm just focused on being present. And that's what the mission is for everybody. It's to be love, choose love, and be in the present moment of now. That's where the synchronistic events are. That's where we get the guidance. And the more of us that choose love, the quicker this speeds up. But it's all good news. Love has won. This is inevitable. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. And it is simple. The more of us that choose love in all moments and do this work, the quicker it happens. So I don't know anything about dates and predictions. It is in the future. I'm just focused on being here now, and being present.
And
So
so,
I don't know, but I don't like, it's just a feeling. I don't feel we're far off this. I don't
yes, yes.
like, so I don't know what it looks like. I don't have expectations, be open to the highest outcome to unfold and occur. But yeah, I feel we're in the moments with this. We are being flooded with light, which is unconditional love. And this is speeding up. Consciousness is contagious, love is going mainstream. So I don't know what it looks like, Jackie, but we're going to co-create heaven on earth, a world where only love exists. We're in the transition now. So like we're limitless. We really are. We're God with God. And how do we get our God-given powers? It's to be fully in the present moment of now, which is why this work is the most important thing. Higher self-embodiment is the most important thing, because we're either unconsciously or consciously creating our external experience and reality. So if we want the external to change, it's the energetic work. So within, so without.
So can we come back to you and me a minute? But you'll carry on talking through this later, if that's all right. Do you want to just stop share?
Sure. Can I say one final point on that,
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
bottom?
because I just wanted to say something about what you're just talking about there.
So the everything is energy. And if one can get to the understanding right now that everything's energy, then one moves into transforming the emotional and the mental. And that's the fourth dimension work. So it's all energetic. So emotions are from the program, memory with an emotion, and so's the lower thought system. But it's good news. So the astral realm's been dissolved. It's only our attachment to the past that keeps this manifesting. So that's why this work's so important in terms of unifying memory with emotion, self-forgiveness, forgiveness for other selves as many times, and cutting through all lower thoughts that keep us at the present moment. That's how one moves from the third dimension through the fourth to the present moment of now, which is the fifth dimension and beyond. It's the most important work. It really is. Cutting cords and dissolving all lower thoughts and unifying memories with emotions, with love and compassion for self and all selves. And it's a repeat, repeat, repeat. But the good news is there will be a point where those layers of wounding, trauma, those programmings are transmuted. They've been dissolved and one is completely present. That's the honor prize. So.
Be with the fourth, are we on the fourth dimension now? Or like where we could look back at the third and understand what the fifth is, as you're saying, will be love, joy, and but I know you're saying be in the present moment. So I was speaking with someone the other day who said, if we were in the present moment, I said, so what you're saying is we need to just breathe and be in the moment. And he said, but if we just breathe and be in the moment, we're not going anywhere. we're just breathing and being in the moment and nothing's happening. So have we got to have some sort of, not goal, but we want to be in joy and harmony and do what we love and be passionate about what we're doing. You know, not be in a job that you're not happy in, that sort of thing, you know, like, so every day you wake up excited because it's this day and you've got an idea of what this day is going to be like, but it's something you want it to be, not something that you've got to do because you know, because we're in that rat race.
So he's right. We're not going anywhere. It's a state of being, but it's to be grateful. So I set up my field today in gratitude for every breathing moment for the highest outcome to unfold and occur. And bliss is being love in simple service. So this isn't me, and I waited for many moments. You know, I was like, some event's going to happen. No, the only person coming to save me is me, and we signed up for mastery of self. So love and action is the highest possible thought in the manifest. So it's being of service and whatever brings us joy. So if somebody's got a job, they've got a role there in terms of shining their light.
Yes.
Everything's energy. The higher energetic transforms the lower energetic. So it is being love. It's waving at somebody, greeting somebody, being of service, litter picking, whatever brings one joy, and it's creation in motion. So it's being love in action in all moments, as well as doing this work of choosing love over fear. Fear, as you said earlier, is the 3D. Love is all that exists. That's 5D and beyond. So we're navigating this because this is the transition. But our roles are to co-create this. So it's not going to be an external savior or an event that's happening. It's within. We are the event. And that's the awakening. That's to go from unconsciousness to full consciousness. So it's energetic work and navigating the ascension by being love and following our joy. And it's a repeat with that. And it's not easy. Like, it's not. Like, this is the biggest event in all of creation. And this has never been done before. And the external is dense, and all darkness will come to light. So it's not, I'm not saying it glibly in terms of just choose love. And it's not like, we didn't sign up for easy. And that's why I felt to speak again, because people are going through it and it's intense in moments. It's not easy for people.
Yes. I was with someone today, a real good friend who lost his partner, who was a very good friend of mine a year ago, and he is still really in a, not a dark place, but you know, he's really struggling to find his way, I guess. And when what can you do to, you know, you can't, what can you do for someone like that other than just, I mean, with me, it's Ho'oponopono, but just hold the space, because he's had very dark thoughts, as many people in that situation probably would, even, you know, looking up how to do that, something else to change that situation. And then you hear that and you think, gosh, but luckily realize that it is the people left behind that would just realizing what they would, because he's got so many friends. Yeah, so do you know what I mean? You say there's so much suffering. We chose to come here to suffer. How do we overcome that? And like, our minds are like all the time logical, analytical, and yet we want to get to love, just understanding love.
We share collective consciousness, so that humanity are grieving, and the program, the third dimension, is fear, pain, and suffering. So we're pure love as a soul, and we volunteered to come down here and forget everything, and that's the program. Humanity's been addicted to fear, pain, and suffering. It's externalization with everything. And that's why when we spoke last time, I said the atoms are static in the 3D. So that's why we age. Like, we've been properly like done by the powers that were, and they don't exist anymore. We've had our left and right brain hemispheres separated, our DNA snipped, and we've been dumbed down. That's why we use 10 to 20% of our brains and we see a very limited amount of light. It's all from the programming. So the root cause of humanity's fear, pain, and suffering is a cluster of belief systems which are illusionary. And that's the work in terms of completely surrendering to the present moment of now and letting go and unifying memories with emotions, typically stemming back to childhood. And we're also healing our ancestors and the karmic DNA that's been handed down to us. And karma is not bad or good, it's unlearned lessons. So it's not the surface level story, it's an energetic to transform. So we're healing the pain, the wounding, the suffering, and dissolving those illusionary belief systems. I mean, everything that we've been taught or told is based in ignorance.
Yes.
And it's ignorance promoting more ignorance. So, I mean, these are quite like big pills in terms of swallowing. It's like, are you saying that everything that we've been taught or told is a lie? Yes. Ignorance has promoted more ignorance and nobody's embodied. It's not whole pure truth. It's based on unconsciousness, propagating more unconsciousness. So that would be the first in terms of acceptance of everything that one's been taught or told and letting it go. And right up to this conversation, right up to the prior moments of now, and letting it all go, to be present. And the gentleman that you were saying, again, I have so much compassion for everybody, including me, because it's not easy down here. And we feel the collective grief because we share collective consciousness. So that's important as well in terms of what I'm feeling with what the external, the collective are feeling as well. And the gentleman that you said, there's a process in terms of in grieving to go to. And that's what it is to be human as well, because we feel, you know, and that's part of the process. And that's why only the best, the most experienced souls volunteered to come down here, because it's been horrific, like fear, pain, and suffering. And you look at the external, and again, that's why it's so important to focus on love, because a lot of people are still feeding into when this happens, external events.
Yes.
And that's why it's not slowing it down, because it's divine schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody matters by choosing love. And the more people that choose love in all moments and are doing this work, and it's not love and light, it's getting in there of, okay, I'm going to feel something that I don't want to feel. I'm going to accept it, embrace, allow, and release. I'm going to keep on doing that. And people don't want to go there, and I get it, but that's the work. And those lower thoughts is to cut through them, because they're not real. It's our attachment to the illusion. It's good news. The only thing that's blocking this, that's stopping this, is ourselves. There's nobody externally that's stopping this.
No.
It's just our attachment to the illusion.
Yes.
So there's a bit to unpack there. That gentleman that you said, I feel for him. You know, it's like, of course, he's feeling it, and there's a process with this. I'll send you something after the conversation. There's a grief process, but I feel that's relevant for all of us as well, because we're grieving the old and bringing in the new.
Yes. Talking about illusion, I posted this week for two wonderful young boys. You know, one's going through a cancer at 5 years old, and the other one's got the most awful eczema. And so a friend of mine who is very much into A Course in Miracles, a real advocate of A Course in Miracles, which is all about forgiveness, has written this to me. As distressing as this appears to be for his mother, she must hold her son in a healed place. I have much compassion as I say this. She must turn her mind inside and surrender her son there. It is illusion. An illusion that looks very real, of course. It can be changed, but only at source. This invocation will help. She must think of her son and do this for him. I give you to the Holy Spirit as part of myself. I know you will be healed unless I want to use you to imprison myself. In the name of my freedom, I choose your release because I recognize that we can only be released together and then must let go. Trust the Holy Spirit to heal him. And if she needs to, she can say that 20 times a day and he will be released. How do you feel about that, Ben?
In terms of the invocation or the premise
Well, the
of
fact that she's
self-healing?
saying illusion as well, that it is all illusion. The mother's in absolute turmoil over the son, and we've been overwhelmed with messages of what to do about this. And so now they're not only overwhelmed with how the son is suffering, but with all, and that was the only odd, well, not odd, different sort of, and because it included illusion, I thought I'm going to share that. Because there's so many people saying how they can treat it, and it's gut health and all sorts of things like that. But that is it something that so I used to work with someone who absolutely enjoyed being ill because it gave them something to talk about. It brought the focus to them. It was obvious to everyone without being horrible, but there was an enjoyment in the illness because it served them, not for this young lad, of course, but the recognition with the mother as well. You know, that the mother is focused completely on, she wants the boy to heal. But what it is, and that's what my friend was saying in asking her to do that invocation, is to release that because it is illusion. It's a huge one, actually.
Yeah, it is. As a soul, we've contracted for experiences, but we're having a human experience as well. And it's horrific when I hear stuff like that. And also, like, again, it's not to give this energy because we are quantum and we're self-healing. That's why this is the most important thing to share in terms of self-love, self-care, self-nurture, higher self-embodiment. Because you know the technologies have been suppressed. Yes, they'll come in. When do they come in? Well, it's in divine schedule, and also it's a consciousness match, which, I mean, it fires me up when I hear stuff like that. So yes, we can self-heal. Yes, we've been poisoned from everything. Yes, there's a soul contract aspect to it as well. And yes, the programming is really deep, and one needs to fully believe it as well as clear out, well, it's the mental and the emotional bodies, because every illness, pain, and disease has an energetic root cause. So go to the root cause and you can heal the physical, as well as that technology is incoming, but it's in divine schedule with this. I just yeah, it fires me up. I know people are in pain and suffering. And divine contract or no divine contract, we just don't want it. And it's just like, bring this on, bring on the tech, bring on this limitless abundance, bring in world peace. Let's go. Yeah, it really fires me up when I hear stuff like that. It really does, because that's why we're doing this. And forget the soul contract thing, because yes, we've contracted for experiences, but that's somebody's son. That's a child. It's like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And where does illusion help you in understanding that? Oh, so
It's deep, and this is again, it's not bypassing anything, because this has been the most dense planet, which is why only the most experienced souls volunteered to come down here, and which is why I'm like, I will go live every single day. This is being freely shared. It's the only thing that matters, because we won't co-create new earth based on the level of unconsciousness. And it is people choosing to do this work and going all in. And I don't feel it will take many in terms of shifting the consciousness for this. And it is self-love, self-care, self-nurture, in all moments and choosing love in all moments. We were speaking about this, there's quite a lot of information, but it's a re-education of humanity because everything's been off. It's lie after lie and propagated and repeat. It is a whole re-education of humanity.
It
That's
has
what
to
we're
be.
moving into. Yeah.
It has to be. Because at school, do we learn about self-love, self-worth, self-confidence? The things that are going to help us to grow through life?
It's all not real. It's all on that infographic, the third dimension. It's unconsciousness. It's not true reality. I mean, we're going to move into crystal schools, light
Yes.
centers, integrating the elders with all of this information, and it's higher self-embodiment. It is everything's been flipped. 3%. It's not reality. Like this conversation is heartfelt. It's a small amount of true reality, and that's what we've been programmed and conditioned to be in. This is why it's the most important thing. If you embodied your higher self, Jackie, you would affect all of creation. It would be felt by tens and tens and tens of millions of people on this planet. 10 people, 100 people. It is the only thing that matters. I want to co-create a world where that doesn't happen for that child. Like this is what it looks like.
Yes. It's huge, isn't it? This. So let's talk about self-love then, Ben. Because that's where we were going with this tonight. Was more about we want to understand, or I think it would be like, so when I started the happiness course, there was a mirror exercise where everyone had a mirror, and there was a lovely young lad on the course, and he couldn't have the mirror facing him, could not do that mirror exercise. You know, self-criticism, finding fault within ourselves for the slightest thing. So it's a process, but do you practice self-love, like, or is it just that you are self-love?
So I had my catalyst, which was a breakdown, and I was embodying guilt, shame, blame. And on the scale of consciousness, David L. Hawkins, that's below, take yourself out. And that was in 2019. So that was my catalyst. And then I was searching for 3.5 years, and it felt like a dark night of the soul that lasted that long. And there were some high moments, but a lot of what's the point? And I was, moving around in the truth of space with different spiritual modalities. And I honor everybody's path. It didn't totally resonate with me. So I moved on to something else, and then something else, and something else. When I found mission, a mission is to love oneself unconditionally and to co-create heaven on earth in February 2022, I felt it. And the foundation, self-love. So I was all in. I was just like, tell me what to do. I have to do this, but what do I have to do? And it's like a buffet in terms of this. There's some foundational principles with it. And that's where it's awareness, tools, and techniques. So we touched on the story of creation. The root cause of humanity's dysfunction is the programmed mind. And people will get triggered by that. But unconsciousness, density, illusion, ego program mind, it's the same. That's what's kept humanity in the illusion. So foundation is dissolve the lower programmings and frequencies which make up the ego program mind, all belief systems. So unworthiness is an ego programmed trait.
Yeah.
We're all unworthy of all love is. I feel it's the most deepest one that humanity's been programmed with, which is why we external everything. And that's what the program mind does. The energy takes from the external because it's static within the program. That's why we have to energy take. It's a lack of experience, lack of wisdom, judgment, scarcity, lack of self-love. They're all ego programmings. So it's to awareness transforms into consciousness. It's to dissolve those programmings and frequencies and embody the divine traits of our God self, our higher self, which are love frequencies. And this is as above, so below. So it's embodying the mother of all creation and father of all creation, divine frequencies. And this is what's called the balancing of harmonic frequencies. So for the divine feminine, it's 51% divine feminine energy, 49% divine masculine energy, and vice versa for the masculine. So for me, it's 51% embodiment of the divine masculine energy, 49% divine feminine. So when the twin flame gets banded around, the twin flame relationship is within. So that's the balancing of harmonic frequencies. So unconditional love, that's a divine feminine energy. Compassion is a divine feminine energy. So I went all in terms of this, and it changed and continues to change my life. Yes, I still get triggered in moments, but I have a toolkit in terms of, okay, that's an energy, that's a trigger. How can I transform this? So that's what we're sharing, and it's freely shared because nobody owns this. And it's like everybody's looking for this, but they don't know. And the way through to the fifth dimension and beyond is the heart. The heart's the portal. And that's why if we want to co-create a world where only love exists, it's loving ourselves first, unconditionally. Dissolve the ego program mind, heal the wounding and trauma, and embody the divine traits of the higher self. So there's different practices, but it's 150,000% all in on this. There's no magic bypassing button. If there was a ceremony, like it would be shared. It's not. We signed up for mastery of self. Nobody's coming to save us, and that's the long and the short of it. It is 150% of being disciplined, consistent, and having the courage and being brave to feel everything, to forgive everything, to transform everything, and to keep going, and to choose love in all moments. The test, the lesson is all the same. It's to come back to love. What would love do? And again, it's being loving and kind to oneself, because the programming it's the opposite. You know, that awful internal critic, awful negative self-talk. That's the ego. The ego's biggest fear is love. The ego has to be dissolved. And people are like, well, you can integrate the mind. The mind's the illusion. I mean, that's how deep the programming goes. It's not real. And it's at the present moment of now. That's where the powers that were, and they're no longer here. This is all just on us. It's only our attachment to the illusion. And it's anything that takes us out the present moment now. So a lower thought is anything that doesn't bring one joy. So thinking about the past, worrying about the past, thinking about the future, worrying about the future, that's ego. So one of the tools is Archangel Michael's golden rainbow sword, and visualizing or feeling it and cutting through the lower thought. And then breathing. So everything's love. So conscious breathing, breathing in love, breathing out density, breathing in love, breathing out love. Gratitude. But these are daily practices, and it's all the time. So gratitude, I am grateful for every breathing moment. Having a prayer wheel and intention behind, well, silently, but coming back to infusing gratitude. And again, this is where it's simple stuff, but it's a re-education of humanity with this, because it's not taught in school. Like everything's energy, foundation. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It can be transmuted. The higher energy transforms the lower. So those memes are from Mother of All Creation. I haven't written a word. We're all just messages for this, and it's to get it out that it's all love-based tools and techniques. The higher energy transforms the lower. So installing gratitude with everything is a lesson or a blessing, and seeing the higher perspective in everything. But this is mastery of self, and again, it's through self-love. It's to transform everything, and also to take accountability for everything, because it's just energy expressing itself, and we're a vibrational match with those experiences. So acceptance is a big thing, and that's one of the divine traits again. So acceptance of everything that's happened, everything is a lesson or an opportunity for soul growth, and I place love within all events. I don't take anything personally. I don't give up. I am consistent. I'm persistent. I'm dedicated. And. So there's a plethora of tools and techniques. So it's a unique journey for everybody. but there is a foundation. Dissolve the ego program mind, embody the divine traits of our higher self. And the divine traits, there's a list of them, a mix of feminine and masculine, mirror affirmations daily. And this is also when one's spinning or getting triggered. Tell me if I'm jumping around here, because there's quite a lot. But we're being flooded with light, which is love, and that's bringing up density within the bodies. So if you say something to me, like, thank you, Jackie, I'm grateful, because that's an unhealed part of myself. So again, I'm grateful. Here's the principle. I am grateful. I take accountability. I accept what's coming up. I embrace what's coming up. I allow what's coming up, and I let it go. If something comes up from the past, I take full accountability for the experience. It's not taking it personally. I accept what's happened. I forgive myself. I love myself. I forgive the other person. I love the other person. So it's utilizing these tools and techniques, and it's a repeat, repeat, repeat. I mean, we can run through some of the, like the ego death ceremony is writing out the traits, and it's simple stuff, but it's being consistent with it because it's not going away. It's like this is a game of energy, and it's transforming all the lower energies and embodying those divine traits of our higher self. And it's repeat, repeat, repeat. And that's why it's daily consistency. And that's what I've done for the past 22, 23 months. And I don't know anything. I have wisdom from the experience of utilizing these tools and techniques. And all I can share is they changed my life and continue to do so. I didn't speak like this a year ago, 2 years ago, definitely not 3 years and before. You know, I was all over the place searching, and I didn't know what I was searching for, but it was me. And that's why, you know, in terms of speaking to this information, it's whole truth. Nobody owns it, and it's within everybody. It's not about followers. It's not about monetization. It's not about, you know, going on YouTube and having everybody going, oh, I love you. It's all within, and this is taking back our power. That's why I'm so grateful for you in terms of, you know, sharing, because we're all in this together.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, the 2032, well, let's bring it in before that. Like, I don't know, again, I'm not attached, but it's like the more of us that do this, and it's not palatable to the ego because it'll be triggering. It's like you're going to have to dissolve every belief system, let go of everything that you've been taught or told, and love yourself throughout the whole process. But the more of us do this, the quicker it speeds up because we share collective consciousness. And it is the most important thing. It doesn't matter about New Earth projects and programs. Like, honor everybody's journey. It's higher self-embodiment. Like, shift the consciousness within. That's how we co-create a world. I don't feel I'll be doing it based on my level of unconsciousness at the moment, which is why it's like higher self-embodiment. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Choose love in all moments.
Where do you come to with like having breakfast, dinner, and tea then?
How do you mean?
Well, because you're embodying that, you're thinking that way all the time. Do you have any quiet time? You know, you've got to stop and do the normal things that everyone does.
Absolutely. It's supposed to be fun as well. Like, I'll say that. Like, you know, it is. Like, I mean, you're amazing, Jackie. You got a brilliant sense of humor. And that's it. It's not like it's like, oh, I've got to work through this again. No, it's like set the intent to choose to be happy. It's like, do I want to be right or wrong, or choose to be happy? Or choose to be happy. So absolutely, like, we're here to live life and enjoy, and that's all it is. It's just being present and enjoying it. So it's not to like labor the point in terms of like to get really stuck in this. That's not what it's about. I've been there. These tools and techniques, it's like they're quick, and it's not to bypass the work. But why does anybody want to spin and, you know, be in fear, pain, or suffering, or feel depressed, or feel anxious, or feel stressed? No, thank you. It's like, here's a toolkit. Like, as quickly as you can, let it go, transform, come back to the present, repeat, 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 and have fun.
When this comes through to you, are you meditating in the quiet? And how do you capture what you're getting?
How do you mean? Do you mean in terms of the information?
Yeah, because you're writing it down. You must be writing it down.
The information that we're speaking about now?
Yeah, that you're sharing. So all those decrees, etc., that you've written out, that's coming through, channeling. So you must be in a quiet space, are you? And you're writing it down, and then you check it through to that is what you want to share with us?
I don't write a word, and my channeling is very basic, by the way. And again, love simple. So
How have
thank
you
you,
written
mother.
that, what you sent me? You
I,
sent so
I
much.
I have my role's like a librarian at the moment in terms of collating all of this and in its purest form and sharing it. This information's been out there in the collective for many years. And like I said, it's all from Mother of Creation. I haven't written a word. I haven't channeled a word. It's message above messenger.
So
Like
where's it
gratitude.
coming from?
Well, it's come from Mother of all creation, and it's been out there in
How
the
are you
collective for
writing?
years.
How am I seeing it? How am I able to read it? Like that 3D, 4D, 5D that we had written up here. Who produced that?
Uh, well, this information's been out in the internet in the collective for years. Like it's all out there in terms of
Oh,
various
okay. So
websites,
you've read
etc.
it and you believe that that is what we need to understand and embody.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nobody owns gratitude or grounding or breath work. You know, this a lot of this
Yeah.
stuff has been out there forever.
Yeah.
So, like, that's it. Some of the more specific stuff, yeah, is direct from Prime Source herself, Mother of all creation. Maybe one for another time in terms of the true story of creation and how we got to this point. I mean, it is all triggering for people. Like I said, everything that we've been taught or told is a lie. So I'm just like, just get out truth, and it's not my truth. There's only two energies, and it's all just love, and that's the mission: how to embody love. So it's message above messenger with this, and it's all in its purest form. But like I said, a lot of this it's been out there forever. It's just that
Yes.
from my own experience, I haven't been disciplined with using it, or I wasn't aware of it. So it's having it all available to people to say, there it all is. Story of creation, awareness transforms consciousness. Tell me everything. There it all is, and then how to apply it. And it's simply applied that a child could do it, and it's repeat, 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 repeat.
Which is Ho'oponopono, but that is more than simple. It literally is all you have to think is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, over and over again. Literally, that is enough with Ho'oponopono because that keeps you clear, open for inspiration to come in. So do you sit in the quiet ever?
So I do. So for example, there's a bird park just on the estate. So I'll take a walk. I'll take my shoes and socks off. I'll connect with everything that's whole, true, pure, real. Connect with Mother Earth, Mother of all creation. Connect with the animals. Connect with the wisdom of the trees. And just spend moments taking in the sun. I've got my gratitude journal. Just enjoying breathing. Just enjoying being present. Go and hug a tree and just release. So I enjoy doing that. But I've been inspired. Like I'm loving my life in terms of speaking. It's the highest honor. It is. So like every moment, the principle is every moment's a meditation, which is being in the present moment of now.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, previously I did a 10-day Vipassana retreat in 2020. That's not what it's about for me now. It's just being present. You know, again, if there's a trigger, if there's something that comes up, it's I accept, embrace, and allow. It's not bypassing it. Surrender, release, repeat, repeat, come back into the present. As opposed to it's half a day out, you know, sat in a lotus position, meditating, honor everybody's journey. But this is love and action, and that's again mastery of self, which I'm not, but it is. Like I'm washing up, like I'm grateful, I'm breathing, I'm enjoying, I'm being present, listening to music, having this conversation, for example. I'm not like thinking about anything else. I'm just being present in terms of our conversation. So
Yes,
that's what it's about. Every moment is a meditation. And
yes,
again, it's lower thoughts take us out of the present moment of now and unifying those memories and emotions. And that's the fourth dimension. That's the void space. And it's not my truth. It's just energy. That's all this is. It's everything's energy, and that's the game that we're playing. You know, the Matrix was all an energy game of keeping us enslaved in the lower energies. That's it.
yeah.
So
Honestly, this is so interesting, Ben. I just, as easy as possible to be in the present moment, because we do, I'm not saying everyone, but you know, just going on a conversation today with a couple of people, we are analysing or being logical, having to have, because that's how we've been indoctrinated. So just to come away from all that and just be in love with the moment, in love with acceptance of self, acceptance of others, absolutely what you're saying, but as easy as possible, because it does sound like a lot of work, all what you're talking about. Repeat, repeat, repeat.
it it is and it's not. It's a re-education of humanity. You know, this information will be transcribed in every language, I feel, going to the crystal schools, and it's self-love.
Oh,
It's right
exactly.
brain activities. So it is a
See,
re-education.
what would you see a school as, a crystal school then for children, as opposed to what a school looks like today? What would you see? What you're saying, I know you're in the moment and you're not thinking about, but there must be an idea around what you've just said there as to what that sort of school must look like and what a child will come home from. You know, you want the child to come home loving, having loved its day there, not worrying about the next day, or you know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the age, but gardening, music,
Yes, yes.
dance, building. So 90% right brain activities, because this is the right brain overtaking the left brain with 10%, but it's not sat down on a chair for hours and hours and hours. Again, it's the flip. So they can find their own passions, they can learn, they can be creative, and they could just be they can just be creative and have fun. I mean, how wonderful is it when you go past a school and you hear the children just playing? It's pure joy. Like they're in
Beautiful.
the present. It
Yes,
is.
yes. And but we try and get that out of them to worry about an exam, or even from a very young age.
It's a paradigm shift. Everything that we've been taught or told is based on a lie. So it's all been flipped. Like in the 3D, you think every industry, education, and just work your way out from there. It's everything has been flipped. It's not real. Like it's not whole truth. So um the crystal schools, but also the light centers for adults, because who's teaching the kids? We're all going to be going through this. That's why higher self-embodiment, being a vessel of pure unconditional love, is the only thing that matters. Like it is. That's how we co-create this world, and integrating the elders. Like so, it's crystal schools, it's light centers, and integrating the elders. Bring it all together. Again, I don't know what this looks like, but those are the blueprints in terms of like sharing this, and the foundation is stuff that we're speaking about. It's self-love, it's self-care, and it is re-education of everything.
I do love where that thought has taken me. I really do, because if we could, the more we embody that thought of what life could be like for, and will be, having that trust that we are moving towards that sort of environment or world, is truly wonderful, isn't it? You know, like we've got the humanitarian project, and so much of that, we've got the crystal healing rooms, we've got the, obviously they talk about med beds, which are supposed to be in South Africa, actually, the majority of them at the minute, and they'll be coming out soon. Anyway, not that we are our own med bed, I know. It's the same with, like you said, the reevaluation or whatever. No good waiting on that. We are embodying what we want the world to be like,
That's
of
how we
love.
bring it in,
Yes.
because the external is a direct reflection of our consciousness. So if we want to bring in all the new technology and all the rest of it, have to be an energetic match. And again, that's why this work is so important. It's a bit like Roger Bannister running the 4 minute mile. Somebody will break through, shatter the glass ceiling, and it will be felt by all of humanity. And then somebody else and somebody else. And I'm cheering those beings on. That's how we bring this in, and it's inevitable. You can see it from the external in terms of what's happening, but it's intense, and it will continue to get more intense. You know, that temperature gauge is being dialed up. We're being flooded with love. All darkness will come to light, which is why I'm so grateful for you, Jackie, because it's like this needs to be out there in terms of what's going on, but why am I here? And main mission is to love oneself. That's it. That's how we co-create a world where only love exists. And the rest of it comes. The technology that's been suppressed, Nasara, it's inevitable. I don't know what it looks like, and it doesn't matter. It's in the future, and I'm non-attached. But the mission at hand is love ourselves and be that love in the world. That's it.
When we speak next time, if you could make your name Limitless, whatever it is, because you've got a new page, well, it's not a new page, but on Facebook. So if you can't befriend Ben Palmer, because you're up to your maximum of friends, but you've got a page now that you're posting everything onto. So what is it called, the page?
It's Mission Limitless. I'll share the link in the comments on this.
Brilliant. Mission Limitless is Ben's page. So all the posts that you're putting on are on that page now, aren't they?
They are, and there's a lot more incoming. I know we spoke about this. It's like if there were one ceremony, like we would be discussing it and pressing it happy days. It is mastery of self. So the content that's coming is pure. And that's the basis of Limitless. It's higher self-embodiment. Projects and programs, leadership councils, that's coming secondary. It's to get this in place and share it in its purest form, mother of all creation, the galactic. So what's incoming will be a plethora of guides that people can read. They'll be on podcasts, there'll be video walkthroughs. So there'll be tell me everything. Like if I was going back 4.5 years and speaking to my newly awakened self, and I had myself in the room, it would be here it all is, and here's how to apply it. So there'll be a number of guides, and just turn up the volume in terms of these the lives that I've been doing, and I'm happy to speak to whoever. Again, it's message above messenger. We're all in this together, and it's like it's whole truth, everybody. Everybody's looking for this, you know, if, in the truth for space, if they've been going down rabbit holes, we are the event. Like we are full disclosure. It's who we are. Like we're a galactic human being. We're God. We're God. This is the only thing that matters. And it's like, it's here and it's within. Like this really is it. It's self-love. And that's the foundation of everything that's being shared. So what it looks like and how it evolves, I'm non-attached, but I just want to share the message with this. And again, it's not my message. It's just everything's energy and just sharing how to embody love. And that's it. And it does require going all in. It does. And that's what it requires people. If they're resonating with this, it is here and it's within you. And they won't look back. Like I can only speak, like I was saying, it's changed my life and continues to do so in the most amazing and profound ways. No, the journey isn't easy to walk in moments, but we signed up for beyond our wildest imaginations. We really, really did, Jackie. Like you're God with God, so is everybody. Like we're one. We're moving into love everywhere present. Like no limitation, 100% brain usage. Like sign me up. You know, what's it like to give somebody an unconditional hug? I don't know, but that's what we're moving into. What's it like to be in pure joy? I don't know, but that's what we're moving into. And again, it starts within.
Do you hear Freddie scratching then? But he's stopped now. Honestly, that was a lovely way to finish this chat tonight, actually. He not Freddie. Sorry, where have I gone with that? Yes, lovely way to finish that, because it's just explaining we are limitless. I love that name. Say the name of the page again.
It's Mission Limitless.
Mission Limitless. So yeah, I would honestly recommend you go on there. If this is resonating with you, the more we think this way, we're bringing it forward so much quicker. The world we want to be a part of, that we are a part of, if you believe it, Yeah, love it all. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you so much, Jackie. You're amazing. Thank you.
And we'll speak again very soon, no doubt.
We will. Lots of
All
love.
right.
Love you.
Thank you. Thank you, anyone watching.